In remote regions of Bulgaria like this one, you'll often encounter homes for children and the disabled. The village of Tarnava is no exception. This is where 20 mentally handicapped children are looked after, far from the nearest town. We're not allowed to show their faces. Some of them are able to attend the local school. But otherwise, life here has little to offer them. Although the institution is said to be one of the better ones. These children were handed over to the authorities by their parents straight after their birth. Krasimir Petkov says that was already the case under communist rule. He's the only director willing to give us an interview. As a result, he was later threatened with disciplinary measures. The dormitory walls were donated by the German embassy, but Petkov says apart from that, little has changed here since Bulgaria joined the EU. He chooses his words carefully.
We are one of the smallest homes in Bulgaria. Others have to care for 150 children. They have no more room and not much more money than we do. How can they look after the children's individual needs? I wish they'd close down the homes and put the children into smaller care groups.
The conditions in most care institutions in Bulgaria are dismal, to say the least. A British camera crew showed just how bad things were 3 years ago, but nothing has changed since they left. Now reports have come to light revealing that over the past decade, 238 disabled children died horrific deaths in state care, left to starve, abused and neglected. It's only thanks to a Bulgarian human rights activist that the findings were published. Margarita Elieva and her fellow supporters spent months visiting institutions around the country and searching through files. A meeting with the Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions. 180 investigations have been launched, and the first charges are expected to be made soon. The public prosecutor knows that opening the lid on this scandal doesn't just have legal implications.
We need to change the way people view disabled children. They are the weakest, most vulnerable members of society. The authorities and human rights groups must work together to make that clear.
Now the authorities are finally reacting, although the terrible conditions in the homes for the disabled have been public knowledge for some time. Activists are demanding immediate action.
Impunity has so far been the norm, the absolute unchallenged norm in those institutions. And now impunity is ending because the prosecutor's office is sending a powerful signal that it will no longer be tolerated for children to be made victims of crimes because they are disabled.
During their research, human rights activists were met with indifference and silence. Doctors and nursing staff just stood by, watching the children die, and the biological parents didn't seem to care. And the tragedy continues.
At this very moment, as we speak, that there are 103 children, of whom we have specific names and details, who are starving. They are suffering from the medical condition of pathological malnutrition, and they are at real risk of dying today or tomorrow or the day after. And that has got to be stopped now.
Locked away behind tall fences in isolated rural backwaters, for years no one cared what happened to the children in Bulgarian state care. Now help is needed from abroad.
Our financial status can only be improved with the help of private aid organizations and foundations, especially from abroad. I have little faith in the Bulgarian state authorities.
But as well as donations, the children in these institutions also need compassion.